the Attorney General has lost international arbitration, has been ordered to pay 5.4 million, is only mischief. It's not well thought of in light of the clear judgment. How does the Attorney General lose a case and then the winning party has been ordered to rather pay him? In arbitration, the rules on arbitration are clear. The losing parties pay the legal services of the winning party. Nobody has asked the government of Ghana to pay the legal services of... They were asking for $4 million in legal services. If the Attorney General had lost the case, Ghana would have been made to pay the extra $4 million aside the claims that they were making, which were adding up to about $100 million. Now, the 5.4 million is what the government has said, this is what you are entitled to, and that's exactly how much they have been proffered from the beginning. So the win, of course, lies in the bosom of the learned Attorney General, and it's something that the entire country should celebrate.
Okay, so to just clarify the issue, we had a contract with GCNET, and there was an agreement that whoever terminates the contract pays the other party 5.4 million cedis. And because we terminated, and we here means the Republic of Ghana, we're duty bound to pay the 5.4 million cedis. GCNET said is that correct? Is that correct so far?
Yes. If I should come in.
Yes.
So it's an early termination clause. An early termination clause happens when during the tenure of an agreement, before the end of that agreement. So the tenure of this agreement was supposed to have ended in 2023. And then based on the legal issues that I mentioned earlier, the government decided that because of the impropriety of the extension of the agreement, this agreement started in 2012 thereabout, in 2000 thereabout. So it's been a long-standing agreement, and it's been extended several times. And there are legal issues based on the Public Procurement Act, and based on the legalities and other factors, there was an early termination. So the contract was supposed to have ended in 2023. However, in 2018, based on the legal issues I mentioned earlier, government does an early termination. So yes, when there's an early termination...
So that's the point I'm making. So because of that termination by Ghana, we were duty bound to pay the 5.4 million, and we were willing and ready to pay, but GCNET did not agree. So we went for arbitration, and the arbitration has affirmed that the earlier agreement that we should pay 5.4 million. So we'll pay the company 5.4 million and not what it was demanding. That's correct. However,
absolutely, and I must add that there was a value for money assessment done before the government decided to pay or decided to terminate the contract and pay 5.4 million. So from the position of Ghana, it's less of a financial burden to pay this 5.4 million than to let this contract progress.
Okay,
this is the briefing I have, and that's the understanding that went into the early termination, and the 5.4 million which Ghana already offered GCNET corollary to the contract.
So we'll pay the 5.4 million, and the company will also pay us 2 million. That's what you're saying?
Yes. So I think more or less there will be 2.2 million. So there will be an offset. So right now, instead of Ghana paying the 5.4 million, Ghana is going to pay a lot less, about half of the amount. And I think that's a victory for Ghana, and that's money saved to the ordinary taxpayer.
Very well. Has GCNET got the right to appeal this decision? Is that part of the agreement? And if they appeal, what's the consequence?
Yes. An arbitration award is final. You can't appeal an arbitration award. So arbitration, unlike regular litigation, both parties have submitted themselves to the award as is given. And the only way you can appeal, there's only a limited number of reasons under which you can appeal. For instance, if you can establish fraud and all those things, or some kind of impropriety amongst others. But in the case as it stands now, nobody has alleged fraud against either party or even the arbitration tribunal, and the award is final.
Thank you so much for speaking to us.
Thank you very much, Lawyer Umaru.
This is misapplication and misrepresentation and misqualification. Thank you.
Good evening, sir.
That's Lawyer Wilberforce Mensah. He speaks for the Attorney General's office. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 CTFM. I am journalist Umaru Sanda.